We live in a world where the alpha male is celebrated. He's the strong type who gets what he wants and always comes out on top. But there's another kind of man who is just as powerful and successful as the alpha male, the sigma male. The sigma male is the man who doesn't necessarily conform to societal norms. He's the one who goes his own way and doesn't follow the pack. And when a sigma male gets mad, he can be a force to be reckoned with. First, he doesn't get mad just for the sake of it. He's not the type to get emotional and lash out in anger. When a sigma man gets mad, it's because he's been wronged or feels like someone is trying to take advantage of him. And when that happens, he can be a formidable opponent. Second, a sigma male doesn't just get mad, he gets even. He's not the type to hold a grudge, but he is the type to take matters into his own hands and make sure that justice is served. Third, a sigma man doesn't let his emotions get the best of him. When he's mad, he's able to think clearly and make rational decisions. He doesn't let his anger cloud his judgment. So let's see 7 things that happen when a sigma male gets mad. 1. He doesn't react, he responds. This is one of the most important things to remember about the sigma male. When something happens that makes him mad, he doesn't react, he responds. This is because he knows that reacting will only make the situation worse. He takes a moment to calm down and think about how he wants to handle the situation. Once he's thought about it, he responds in a way that he knows will be effective. When you react to something, you're allowing your emotions to take over, and you're not thinking clearly. This often leads to making the situation worse. But when you respond, you're able to think about what you're doing and make sure that it's the best course of action. He can control himself and respond to the situation in a way that is constructive, not destructive. This is one of the things that sets him apart from other men. He doesn't just react, he responds. 2. He assesses the situation. A sigma male isn't one to fly off the handle. When something makes him mad, he takes a step back and assesses the situation. He looks at what happened and decides whether or not it was actually worthy of his anger. This is because he doesn't want to waste his energy getting mad over something that isn't actually a big deal. While an alpha male might get angry and lash out, a sigma male is more calculated in his actions. Many times, the sigma male will find that the situation isn't actually as bad as he initially thought. This is because he's able to look at it from an objective perspective. He doesn't let his emotions get in the way of seeing the situation for what it really is. This is not an easy task and requires a lot of self-control, but it's something that the sigma man has mastered. 3. He uses his words carefully. A sigma male knows the power of his words and uses them carefully. When he's mad, he doesn't just start randomly yelling, he chooses his words wisely. He knows that the things he says can have a big impact on the situation, so he makes sure that he says what he wants to say in the most effective way possible. This doesn't mean he's always diplomatic, he can still be blunt when he needs to be. But he knows how to use his words to get his point across without making the situation worse. While many people struggle to control their words when angry, the sigma male can do it with ease. Not because he's perfect, but because he's aware of the power of his words and tries to use them in the best way possible. Of course, he won't be able to control his words perfectly every time, but he's aware of this, and he's always working on it. No one is perfect, but the sigma male always tries to improve himself. 4. He takes some time to himself. Being angry all the time is exhausting, both physically and emotionally. So the sigma man will take some time to himself when feeling overwhelmed by anger. This allows him to relax and recharge his batteries. He knows he can't keep running on empty, or he'll eventually burn out. Thinking about the situation when he's calm and relaxed will also help him to come up with a better solution. There are times when the sigma male needs to be alone. This is because he's an introspective person, and he needs time to think about things. He might not say much, but he's always thinking. He's always trying to understand himself and the world around him. Sometimes, the best solution is to just take some time to yourself and think about the situation when you're not in the middle of it. This is something a Sigma does when he's feeling overwhelmed by anger. 5. He controls his emotions. A Sigma male doesn't let his emotions get the best of him. When he's mad, he can think clearly and make rational decisions. He doesn't let his anger cloud his judgment. He knows that if he allows his emotions to take over, he'll make decisions he might regret later. He's able to control his emotions and think with a clear head, even when he's feeling angry. Doing this allows him to make the best decisions possible, even in difficult situations. This is easier said than done, but it's something he built up over time. He's able to control his emotions and stay calm in the face of adversity. Many people admire this about him and see him as a stable force in their lives. Women find this attractive and are drawn to his calm demeanor. But under this calm demeanor is a passionate man who knows how to let loose when the situation calls for it. 6. He tries to walk away when needed. There are times when the Sigma man will find that the situation is too much for him to handle. When this happens, he doesn't force himself to stay, he knows when to walk away. This shows that he's not afraid to admit when he's out of his depth. He knows his limits and doesn't try to push himself beyond them. This doesn't mean he's a coward, he's just realistic about his abilities. He knows when it's time to walk away and when it's time to fight. This is a sign of strength, not weakness. A strong man must know when he's outmatched and walk away from the situation. The Sigma man is always trying to better himself, but he knows that there are some things he can't change. 7. He doesn't hold grudges. A Sigma male knows that holding a grudge is pointless and will only make him angry, so instead, he forgives and forgets. He knows that life is too short to waste time being angry at someone for something they did in the past. He'd rather move on and focus on the present. This doesn't mean he's a doormat, he's just not going to let anger control his life. He knows that there's more to life than holding on to grudges. He will not let someone else's mistakes define him or ruin his day.